Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Do you know how is it to live in an ashram in India for 1 month? I will tell you all about it in today's video because I went to do my teacher training course in 2017 January. It was a 1 month residential course in an ashram of Kerala, the famous Shivananda ashram. In recent years, yoga has been gaining popularity because people have been suggested by their doctors to incorporate this ancient practice into their schedules to support their mental and physical healing. Also, another important reason is that the sharp rise of social media. The famous Instagram influencers, they motivate so many people and people just want to do those fancy postures and want to start the yoga practice. TTC or teacher training course, the average duration of this course is 1 month, where the student has to stay with the guru or the teacher in the campus, and they also assist the guru with their household chores. In return, they get all the knowledge from the guru. This particular system mimics the ancient Gurukula system, where students used to learn exactly the same way. But today, because of the pandemic, remote teacher training courses have also gained a lot of popularity. Anyone who wants to pursue teaching yoga professionally can do the teacher training course or TTC. It's not so strict in India to have a license or a certificate in order to open a yoga studio and start teaching professionally, but it's more required when you fly abroad and want to teach yoga and take the knowledge from your country and spread it to larger masses. The teacher training course happens in the yoga schools of India at limited times of the year. The most popular and crowded ones being the winter time because the weather is more suitable to the students arriving from abroad and the colder countries. In order to enroll for this course, you just have to drop an email expressing your interest and the target course that you want to pursue. When they think that your application is good enough, they will accept it and you will have to pay the fees before the course starts. If you have normal fitness levels, you will be accepted in these schools. The fees for this course differs from school to school, the different level of expertise that you are seeking, the different course that you are following. But I can tell you the fees about the Shivananda ashram. In 2017, it was 40,000 for per person. But this included everything, your accommodation, the training costs, the food, and all the training material that they provided. The fees is little higher for NRIs and the students that come from outside India. They have to pay more. We saw lots of yoga schools that were even charging up to 1 lakh for one student for 1 month, but we found this one the best. The accommodation itself was a big shock because it's a shared accommodation and very basic, nothing fancy at all. Even the washrooms are shared and you have to do all the duties of the ashram, from brooming to mopping to cleaning the utensils and helping all the staff of the ashram. You do not have time to do your own things, okay? So your schedule is so tight. It revolves always around yoga, be it yoga practice, learning how to teach yoga, the chanting, the reading of the scriptures. You do not get time at all to do your own things. So the biggest shock is that when you realize on the first day that you still have to spend 30 more days in this extremely tight schedule. For a foodie person like me, the food itself was also a huge shock because we were given meals only twice a day. There was one lunch at 10 AM in the morning and the dinner at 6 PM. It was a completely vegetarian meal without any onions and garlics. you must be wondering that because why it's so difficult, the life. It's done on a purpose. It doesn't matter from which background you come, however rich you are, everyone is the same in the ashram under the eyes of the Guru. They want to bring down your attention from the worldly desires and unnecessary things that we have made our dependency on, the unnecessary comfort that we comfort ourselves with. You just have to lead a simple life so that you can dive deep inside yourself, your soul, and have moments of self-realizations. It's really not for the weak-hearted, because you will be on your toes for complete 1 month. You will be so busy, as I already told you. You have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, get a bath in cold water, and wear your uniform, head to the satsang hall, attend the satsang, and then you have a 2-hour long, after this 2-hour long satsang, you have to meditate and do your yoga practice for 2 hours. 10 a.m. is the lunch, which is simple, but you are so tired by this time itself that you munch whatever you get, and it is so fulfilling. After that is the karma yoga, where you help with the ashram duties. Some people will be mopping, brooming, some will be cleaning the utensils, etc. After that you have the Bhagavad Gita class, where you study the scriptures and all. After that there is a specific personal asana improvement class. If you are lagging in any particular asana, you can take special guidance from the teachers. Not just that, after this you have another Veda lecture, which is for 2 hours. You are deep inside the spirituality and learning all the things that are written in the Vedas. 4 p.m. you just take a quick herbal tea and some fruits, and then it's the time for another 2-hour long class where you learn how to teach others. It's also a deep yoga practice class. 6 p.m. you have your dinner, again the simple one, and after that you just do your assignments, because they are mandatory and you have to finish them on time. So whatever you learned in the day, you answer the questions linked to that and give it to the teacher next day. After this there is another evening meditation and satsang class, which also is sometimes the cultural programs class. And yeah, if you think you still have energy left after this, you are wrong, because at 10 p.m. the bell rings and you have to shut off the lights of the hostel rooms, and you just die on the bed. And once you realize that next day also you have to wake up at 5 a.m. for the same schedule, trust me, you sleep within seconds. In this arduous schedule, my favorite part used to be the weekly silent morning walks, where we used to go once in a week to the nearby Nair River and the Chamundi Hills for the silent walks. We used to arrive there and watch the sunrise, meditating and chanting. It was heavenly. First 2 weeks are a completely upside down feeling, because your schedule has changed for good, and you do everything outside your comfort zone, because we are used to living in our comfort zone in our cities and in our homes. But here in ashrams, it's not the same story, and it's physically very challenging. You question yourself each day that did I take the right decision by coming here? Did I really need to do the TTC and go through this schedule? But gradually those feelings go by. But having said that, many people drop out of this course in those starting few days, because they're really not able to take up that shock. The good part is also that you start making new friends from different backgrounds, different countries, and your social circle also starts to increase there. Physically you are comfortable by now, and you are extremely happy, because it's an achievement to arrive at the middle of the course, and you start counting your days in reverse, that only so and so many days are left for this course to finish. But in the 3rd and the 4th week also, there is this feeling that starts to come up in your mind, that your extended college life, thanks to this course, is coming to an end, and you will be missing all these things, this schedule and these people with whom you spend your whole day with, your teachers. So it's kind of a sweet sadness. You're also excited to start your journey as a yoga teacher at the end of the course. The last day you cry. It's inevitable. You cannot help yourself from having that emotional outburst because it's a fact that the ashram life has gifted you so much which you could never think of, and no money could have bought those things for you. The realizations, the mental peace, the wonderful schedule, the changes in your body, these positive changes you cannot not notice. So you have that feeling of abundance and gratefulness and not wanting to, let go of this beautiful place. TTC does help you to become a good yoga teacher, because after this course you have all the equipments, all the tips and tricks and all the correct mindset to be a good yoga teacher. Of course, the real practice starts in the playground, when you actually start taking classes wherever you live and you start teaching yoga. You have different kinds of students in your classes with different needs, so you learn and grow with time. It's guaranteed that your life will change for good. You will start to wake up early in the morning. You will start enjoying the bhajans and the spiritual talks. Your devotion in God will increase tenfold. You start living a minimal life. You realize how your life is surrounded by such unnecessary noise of, emotions, expectations, materialistic needs. You will just come down to the minimal mode. You start to honor your body and mind before anything else. Your priorities change, and you are more calmer person after this teacher training course, because now you have a taste of that peace and calmness. You start inspiring others around you, your family members, your colleagues, your friends. Everyone is just deriving inspiration from you, and they will be asking you about your experience and tell them more. Your own yoga practice, it will become more and more disciplined and regular after this course. I can just go on and on with the stories from the ashram and my experience there, but the gist will remain the same, guys. It's an experience you ought to have once in your life, at least once. Take out the time to lead the ashram life. You might not want to do a teacher training course, but you would want to definitely stay there for a few days and experience the peace and the calmness that it gives you, and the realizations about life that you have. It's one of its kind. I feel so grateful and lucky to have been able to go there, and despite all the schedule and my work, I still went there. It has been a life-changing decision and journey for me. So I would urge you to not miss this opportunity. Even at this time when I am recording this video for YouTube, I cannot help but remember the amazing teachers that have blessed me with their guidance and blessings, like Vijay sir, Natraj sir, the list goes on. I just feel like I have done some really good things in the past lifetime to have been under the shade of such gem-like teachers. In the end, I will just tell you one thing. The teacher will appear when you're ready to learn. Just open your eyes, find a good teacher, and start your journey. So guys, this was the video about my ashram experience. If you liked it, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're liking the videos I'm making. And comment if you have some special message for me, some questions, you want to know more, what you want the next video to be about. Share this video with your friends, colleagues and family if you think it will be helpful for them. I'll see you very soon in the next video. Isn't this nice? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.